Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the NJ Podcast. This podcast aims to share stories, tips, and insights about achieving success while having fun. From topics ranging from personal development to business, entertainment, and sports, the podcast will have conversations with experts and people in their respective fields. The podcast will also share insights from Jablo James's published and upcoming books. The tagline, which is the theme of the podcast, is "Success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal." This means that you are doing what you have always wanted to do because it is aligned with your highest values, and this is the only way you can live a truly fulfilled life. Your host, Jablo James.
Hey everyone, I would like to talk about something that's quite timely and deeply significant today, and that is the South African Constitution. As one of the most progressive and inclusive legal documents in the world, the South African Constitution is a powerful testament to the resilience, determination, and unity of this great nation that has emerged from the shadows of a turbulent past. And in times where there's a great migration of talent from the country has just been grey-listed. There is an energy crisis and a deep distrust in the country where people want to leave and people are complaining about this beautiful country. It is important to shed some hope and be a beacon of hope in these times. And one of these beacons of hope is when we reflect on what the South African Constitution enshrines and what it got us out of and where it can lead us to. Let me share a story about the spirit of the South African Constitution. It is the story of a man who spent over a third of his life in prison for his unwavering commitment to justice, equality, and human rights. When he was released, he led his country through a period of profound transformation, ultimately becoming its first black president and laying the foundation for the adoption of the South African Constitution. Now, this man was none other than Nelson Mandela, who is a towering figure whose life and legacy continue to inspire millions around the world. He went through a lot. He was not able to be released from prison to bury his mother. He couldn't go and bury his son, and he had people, the prison guards, disrespect him, and they would urinate in his mouth because he was thirsty, and he went through a lot of pain and suffering, but he came out to be the best president that we've had thus far, and he's really laid the foundation for future generations to come. Now, his story serves as a powerful reminder that the South African Constitution is not just a legal document. It is a living, breathing testament to the indomitable spirit of a nation that has overcome adversity, and emerged stronger and more unified. Now, what makes the South African Constitution such a remarkable and inspiring document? Firstly, it enshrines the fundamental principles of human rights, dignity, and equality. As the esteemed legal scholar Justice Albie Sachs said, "The Constitution is the Ark of our covenant." I like that. The Constitution is the Ark of our covenant, the living symbol of our commitment to human dignity for all. The South African Constitution boldly proclaims that every individual, regardless of race, gender, religion, or sexual orientation, is entitled to the same rights and protection under the law. Second, the South African Constitution embodies the principle of separation of powers, ensuring that the government's authority is divided among the executive, legislative, and judicial branches. The principle is critical to the preservation of democracy as it prevents any one branch from becoming too powerful and ensures that each branch serves as a check on the others. As the renowned political philosopher Montesquieu once said, "When the legislative and executive powers are united in the same person or in the same body of magistrates, there can be no liberty." So separation of powers is very important. Third, The South African Constitution recognizes the importance of social justice and the equitable distribution of resources. By enshrining the right to access healthcare, education, housing, and social security, the Constitution acknowledges that true equality cannot be achieved without addressing the systemic disparities that have resulted from the country's history of apartheid and discrimination. Fourthly, the Constitution establishes the principle of cooperative governance, which encourages collaboration between national, provincial, and local governments. This unique approach promotes efficiency, responsiveness, and accountability, ensuring that the needs of the South African people are met in a timely and effective manner. Friends and family, the South African Constitution is a beacon of hope, not only for the people of South Africa, but for all those who believe in the power of democracy, human rights, and social justice. It is a shining example of what can be achieved when a nation comes together in pursuit of a common goal, united by a shared commitment to fairness, equality, and the rule of law. In the words of the father of this great nation, Nelson Mandela, the Constitution is a living document. If it is not, it could not serve the needs of the community for which it is intended. As we celebrate the achievements of the South African Constitution, let us also remember the responsibility we share in upholding its principles and ensuring its continued vitality. The South African Constitution is a testament to the resilience and determination and unity of this great country that has and currently faces immense challenges and emerged triumphant, and we can still emerge triumphant. Let us be inspired by the story of Nelson Mandela and the countless others who fought for justice, equality, and human rights in South Africa and beyond. Their unwavering commitment serves as a reminder that we too must strive to uphold the principles enshrined in the remarkable document, not just for ourselves but for future generations. As we look to the future, let us remember the words of the great South African leader, Archbishop Desmond Tutu, God bless his soul, who said, "My humanity is bound up in yours, for we can only be human together. The South African Constitution offers us a roadmap for achieving a more just, equitable, and compassionate world. It is our collective responsibility to embrace its principles, learn from its wisdom, and work tirelessly to build a society that embodies the ideals of fairness, justice, and human dignity for all. Let us recommit ourselves to the pursuit of these ideals and to the protection and promotion of South African Constitution. For it is in our collective efforts that we will ensure that the legacy of Nelson Mandela and the countless others who fought for justice and equality lives on, and that the promise of the South African Constitution continues to shine brightly as a beacon of hope and inspiration for the world."
Thank you for joining us on this episode on the NJ Podcast. Make sure to visit the website, the njpodcast.captivateair.fm, where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes, Stitcher, all the other podcast platforms, or via RSS so you never miss a show. You can also find the video content on the YouTube channel and Instagram page. That will be Njablo James on YouTube and njablo.j.ngosi for Instagram. Please subscribe and follow on those platforms as well. And while you're at it, if you found value in the show, we'd appreciate a rating on the podcast platforms, or if you'd like to tell a friend about the show, that will help us out too. If you'd like more information about published or upcoming books, visit www.njablojames.com for more information. Please reach out if you'd like to share what you would like to hear and which guests should be invited to the show. And remember, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, which means that you are doing what you have always wanted to do because it is aligned with your highest values, and this is the only way you can live a truly fulfilled life. Now just chill until the next episode.